places, we come London's like Royal Parks and Central Park in London. I actually for Kolkata Maidan because it's absolutely heaven for anybody who's into sports or any physical activity for that matter. Youngsters like us, we would go and do like coaching, play at the clubs. Elderly people they would come do morning walk and yoga. Middle-aged people will not go there. They generally come to make
Hey, Baba, why you explain like that? Tell Vikram sir. Sir, Vikram sir, Maidan is community living.
Yes.
Everybody is coming on the Maidan, Sunday, Saturday, enjoying day out. And you find people literally in the place also. Very nasty in Bengal. You will also find empty bags of Jhalmuri.
Absolutely.
In Maidan.
Lot of other things also you'll find, let's not go there.
Yes. But as long as you find a football
yes.
on the Maidan,
yes.
that looks perfect.
That looks perfect. So when I was growing up here, I used to actually go to watch MohunBagan versus East Bengal play cricket. This is a very lesser known fact outside Bengal. MohunBagan and East Bengal used to have very strong cricket teams. And I have gone to the Eden Gardens to watch these teams play cricket with a lot of international players. And after that, I actually saw them play football. So it was like reverse order for me. And nothing like Kolkata sports.
So the fact that you have the Kingfisher logo
yes.
on both teams gives you an equal opportunity to support both teams. But I'm still going to ask you, you need to pick a side.
My side is fully ready because this is what I've gotten in inheritance from my parents, which is MohunBagan. No doubt about it. There are some MohunBagan fans here.
MohunBagan fans in the house. MohunBagan, hey, MohunBagan. Okay.
My goodness, today we are in minority.
So there is a strategic reason behind Anirban Rajput sitting on that side,
yes.
which has the MohunBagan logo behind it.
And is that why there's a big gap in the middle?
Maybe, I don't know. Is Vikram a supporter of East Bengal? That's a question we need to ask him. But Vikram talked a lot about the heart and the passion of the fans. But talking business for a second here. Getting this close to the community usually points to a much larger play. So is there a deeper strategic reason why West Bengal has suddenly become the priority market for Kingfisher United Breweries Limited?
No, definitely. And it's not suddenly become, it's always been an important market. It is one of the bigger markets in the country. And we have big plans here. When I talk about the beer category, for example, we are coming up with a new manufacturing location next year. So it's been always a very important market for us. We have, like I said, we've got a new manufacturing location coming up. We've launched some of our international brands last year. So we launched Heineken. We launched Amstel branding, which is, by the way, a product that is an international brand with 150 years of heritage. But we came up with a product which was created specifically for India. And we first launched in West Bengal. It's always been important for us and becoming even more so. And I think this collaboration is taking that association to the next level. So, like I said, this is a momentous day for us. We are super excited to bring both these teams, as a partner with Kingfisher.
Mohit, we were talking about branding and we talked a lot about how we are trying to make a change. So, making a splash across cricket and then the recent hockey campaign, which let me admit, I hadn't seen before, but I haven't seen the video. And just before getting on stage, I got a glimpse of that. So, how do you describe this entire thing? Hockey seems to be a new term altogether.
I think, Kingfisher has always been associated, like I said earlier, with the good times. We believe as a brand that when you spontaneously say yes to something, then that really triggers off epic good times. So if you just spontaneously give in to something, you can always plan something and it materializes out well. But
I'll give you a situation.
Yes.
There's a match going on.
Yeah.
It's a derby.
Yeah.
It's East Bengal and MohunBagan. The referee gives a decision. Do you think the opposite team will spontaneously take to that decision?
See, I mean, tough situation. Yeah.
No, but we won't digress. We'll come back to this.
So epic good times happen, and that's exactly what we tried to bring about in that film. That even like forget people like us, even the legendary, the greatest of all time cricketers, if you're giving them an opportunity to try something new, which in this case was a game of hockey, triggered off by a two-time Olympic medalist like Harmanpreet Singh offering a challenge that you've played enough cricket now, why don't you try hockey? It obviously sort of moved into something which became absolutely epic. I was there for the shoot. All sets of sportsmen had fun. They're so deeply involved in their own respective sports, but they have great respect and passion for each other's respective, there was instant camaraderie between the cricketers and the hockey players. Both sets people had great respect for PV Sindhu, who again is a two-time Olympic medalist. But I think it's magical how Kingfisher can fit into that kind of thing, right? So for so many years, Kingfisher has done advertising which has been, with IPL, divided by teams, united by Kingfisher. It fit in there, right? So many disparate different teams from different parts of the country, but only Kingfisher can actually go out there as the king of good times and bring them together. And exactly that, the king of good times has the ability to connect three completely different sporting avenues and get them together. It was absolutely brilliant.
Anyone, any memories of watching the derby?
Just one thing I want to say after this project of
Sure.
bringing MohunBagan and East Bengal together, I think Kingfisher's next project should be World Peace. I think you should call Donald Trump now. Divided by borders.
Not a bad proposition at all. Anyone, memories of watching the derby?
Yes, I've watched several derbies in Salt Lake Stadium, initially with my father. One time I remember I went to watch the derby. It was the opening game of the season. This would be, I think, 2004-05, roughly that time. And Prime Minister Manmohan Singh came to inaugurate the season. And it was the most boring match. It was 0-0, but we were very excited that we were watching the match with the Prime Minister in attendance. And one thing that I remember from watching the derby is when you watch the derby with like all the fans, your vocabulary really improves.
Absolutely.
Yeah, probably not for this stage.
Yeah.
But
So Vikram, what he is referring to, of course, is the language which is used on the field
Yes,
amongst
yes.
the spectators. And if you are a very civil, very organized, very disciplined person who can't take too much lawlessness, language-wise, then you better stay away. Colorful. I still remember there was a time when I was performing, and then there was this one instance where I got along with my band and we performed during the interval, 15-minute break. We couldn't hear ourselves because people randomly were testing their vocabulary. I do not know what they need to do during the break, but I got a picture of what they do during the break. They're constant, and it was goalless till the second half. So, Vikram, Kingfisher and cricket, one of the greatest brand love stories in Indian sport. Where does Bengal football fit in that story?
Yeah. No, I think it goes back to what I said originally, that Kingfisher is all about connecting with consumers and their passion points. And in Bengal, football is numero uno. I mean, everybody loves their football. We saw in this room, everybody has loyalties to their teams. I honestly, I feel across the country, the kind of passion that is there for football and for these two teams, I don't think across the country, maybe now, little bit with IPL coming up, people are getting close to it, but I don't think anything rivals this. Growing up, all my life, I've heard about this love for football and for these two teams. So, if you want to connect with the passion points of consumers, this is why we are here, and I think this will be another love story.
I'll tell you about my love story. I'll celebrate, I think, 29 years of my love story. I got married on the 16th of May. That's coming up tomorrow. Today is the 15th. Today's special because I'm meeting you guys. Tomorrow's special because I'll be meeting a person I've been meeting for the last 20 years. And the 17th is going to completely change the picture. What is going to happen on the 17th?
I am firstly very excited to see a genuine title race between MohunBagan and East Bengal after I guess 20-25 years. And this is a very simple question to me. There is no debate. MohunBagan 4-0.
কারা ইস্ট বেঙ্গল আসবে এখানে মাফ করে রাখুন এই ছেলেকে
Okay.
ও বলছে মোহনবাগান 4-0
After looking
we should protest
after looking at the attendance 3-0.
everybody's changing color here
Yes, that's the flavor of the season.
flavor of the season changing color or maybe toning it out a little because from a brand perspective this is literally a pitch moment and you've just signed these two giants MohunBagan Super Giant and East Bengal FC. Suddenly the universe rewards you with a season-defining derby within days, which is less than 48 hours away. So how does it feel for Kingfisher to be right at the epicenter of this epic moment? Does it feel like the good times and the great stakes have perfectly aligned for Kingfisher and Bengal football?
I mean, it feels amazing. Obviously, when we signed on these two teams, we had not even dreamt that we were going to be in this kind of situation. So it's absolutely amazing that this has happened. And you know, this is what happens when you are connected to the passion points of consumers. You're there. So when these amazing moments happen, you're there because you have this relationship. And I must say we were very fortunate. But I think by getting into this partnership, I hope this is not the last great moment we're going to see, but we're going to see many more of these. And again, this is, I think, just shows our commitment to West Bengal, the consumers, the fans here. We are here to stay and to really hope that we can be their partner in good times for now and forever.
Mohit, there's one final thing for you. I mean, we are very, very emotional about derby matches. And it literally unites people. Sometimes it also divides people. Or let's say people who are divided, they get united by one game and that's the great Maha Derby. And this derby, which is on the 17th, what makes this particular derby so special in your books?
I mean, everything that Vikram spoke about, but I think from a personal point of view, like I mentioned, I grew up here. I was born and brought up in Calcutta. I was here till I was 15. You know, all these names have been part of my growing up years. The Barrettos, the Vijayans, Carlton Chapman, Baichung Bhutia. These are all names that, you know, were part of growing up in school. I remember the excitement and how the city sort of blew up into something completely different on derby days. You know, people being lined up into trucks and buses and, you know, carrying the Ilish March. And it's been close to 25-30 years since I've lived that again. I am so excited about being here on the 17th to see that, to see both teams, you know, coming to the stadium and how the stadium will erupt around that. And of course, all the craziness that happens as a build-up to the derby. I am excited, so excited to see that on the 17th and so glad that Kingfisher is going to be part of that fan experience.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, yes, 2 minutes. I wanted to share in Vikram's presence, Mohit, you too. I just shared it with Oniba. So this is just before COVID. I'm doing this 100-year celebration of the East Bengal Club, which was formed in 1920. We're at the Netaji Indoor Stadium, and at the end of the event, which I was hosting, the Honorary Secretary came up and gave me a very special gift, which I am still carrying in my wallet. And I've carried my wallet very special. The world has got digital, and in this wallet, apart from my Aadhaar PAN and many other things, I also have this, which is the honorary lifetime membership card from East Bengal. East Bengal fans, Karagara, East Bengal fans, Devashish Kokunagar. এবার আমি ঘটনাটা বলি. This was handed over to me on stage. The next day, when these pictures went public on social media, I was trolled by MohunBagan fans. Saying, Ranjan, you were East Bengal all this while. And I never made it clear to people what was my loyalty and where did I kind of bow my head. I said, no, just before even I explain that it's not about East Bengal in particular, but this card came to me at a time, 100 years of the club, and I still have this, so much so that during COVID, when people were maintaining distance and the CISF guys were checking your ID, I showed this card at the airport and took a flight to Patna, I still remember. So this, for us East Bengal fans, was actually accepted by the CISF also. Now, accepted at the airport as well. That's why I'm sitting on this side, East Bengal FC. Ladies and gentlemen,
You are a card-carrying member.
I'm a card carrier. I'm a different kind of a card. Cards to play. On that note, let's invite on stage our very special guests, the MohunBagan and East Bengal team. Very iconic moment before the derby match. Ladies and gentlemen, our players on stage.
তুই সামনে যা পরে দিচ্ছি
Subhashish Bose, Vishal McLaren, and Anton being a red ball. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Members of the press across obviously with the cameras, so the applause has come straight from them. Thank you. This is truly an iconic moment, and thanks to Kingfisher for giving us this moment just before the good times derby on the 17th. Wishing both teams all the very best. Right. Does anyone want to say anything? Anyone? Anyone interested? Okay, I don't think anyone wants to make any kind of comment just before a big match, big game coming up. Less than 48 hours, ladies and gentlemen. Derby.
এদিকে দেখাতে বল
Right, thank you. Thank you very much. Could we have a ball, please, on stage?
Yeah.
If someone wants a ball. That's their favorite toy. That's the one for glory. That's the one for fame. Ladies and gentlemen, remember his name? MohunBagan Super Giant at East Bengal FC. Imagine one logo, Kingfisher, the king of good times. Welcoming you to Derby. Tell all your friends, সবাইকে জানান, বন্ধু-বান্ধবদের বলুন, 17 তারিখ সবাই দলে দলে একটু যাক. We had some great times before. The king of good times, Kingfisher, is here. Welcome you to Good Times Derby. Taking place on the 17th. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
এই
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. Have a good one on the 17th. Vikram sir, thank you so much. Mohit, thank you. Vikram, thank you so much. Thank you. Mohit, thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We're officially done. Thank you very much for being a wonderful audience. Do join us for the good times just outside. Thank you.